All right.
Wacky.
The wacky neighbors.
I just came for the Godzilla cup
That's colossal chills from that.
that I drank barely any of this. I wasn't gonna get any concessions or anything, but you mentioned Godzilla cup. Oh, did you say Godzilla cup? I'm not even thirsty. I'll take this giant icy that I barely drank any of.
Well, you were so enthralled by the movie, you just forgot about, what was in it, because such a tale.
I was sitting in the movie. I was more so distracted with, I think I'm really old because I don't much like this movie very much.
Yeah, you felt kind of like, it made you feel like the old people in the movie, where you're like, I thought the funniest stuff was the baby stuff, and I don't even like baby humor.
Oh
but
God,
I was like,
me
the
too.
Baby was the funniest thing.
Yeah, I'll give that to the movie. That takes something to make a baby the funniest part of your movie, because I'm totally with you on that.
And that baby was adorable.
That baby was adorable and pretty funny. Like, at the end, dressed up as Heisenberg and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, this baby's actually really funny. I think the last time I said that was the first Look Who's Talking, and that's just because he sounded like Bruce Willis.
Well, at the beginning, when they're having sex in the living room or wherever they are, and the baby's with them, and then he turns the baby around, the baby turns around to look at them, that was funny.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. The look on the baby's face was really delightful. I'm like, wow, I've turned into that guy who oh, look at the baby. Goddamn fucking movie.
Yeah,
and then
it did make you feel like an old person, because all of the party stuff was obnoxious, and it's a lot of sex jokes and dick jokes and pot jokes and stuff, but not relying on actually being jokes. It's just mentioning them. It's a very rambly movie. It was
a very improv movie. Mainly the couple, Rose Byrne and Seth Rogen, who I found really obnoxious in this movie. I really couldn't stand that couple. I actually liked the frat guys way more than I did Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne.
I'm kind of the opposite on that. I liked them better than the frat guys. But some of the funniest stuff, other than the baby, was when they made fun of how stupid the frat guys were. Those were the funny jokes. Really.
Those were the jokes that kept me cracking up, because I thought Zac Efron and Dave Franco were pretty good together in this movie, quite honestly.
That was funny, yeah.
Yeah, I was sort of like, I'm way more invested in their relationship.
I thought they were going to actually be gay at the end.
That's what I thought too.
They kept going,
I love you, bro. Yeah. Bro, I love you, bro.
That really would have been a great arc if they just got together at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they had way better chemistry than... Well, I guess not that Rose Byrne and... So I don't know if it's necessarily that those two had bad chemistry, but they were just clearly improving back and forth with each other. Yeah. Really rambly and kind of, for me, really obnoxious. Just minutes on end of... Oh, we should go over there. What do we say? Oh, we say, keep it down. Oh, you're going to say it like that? You say it like this. Keep it down. No, don't say it like that. Say, keep it down. Oh, shut up.
Yeah, the rambly thing, it goes on too long, where it's just there's nothing really happening. It's just you have to find the humor in what they're saying.
Yeah.
Just sort of like them playing off each other, but it doesn't work as well.
But meanwhile, though, the dumb bros... I was kind of found some of them sort of delightful. With their freaking lackeys and Dave Franco, ass juice, weak knees, come, let's investigate.
Yeah, that one was really good. She just throws a beer, they're hiding under a table, throws it to distract them. You can see her hand sticking out. What was that? Let's go investigate.
That was I kind of just want a movie about these guys.
Yeah.
It seems like there's a movie going on here with the frat guys trying to make their mark in their frat's history, because they're under the impression that their frat created beer pong, all these different party games, so they kind of want their generation to be known for something. I was sort of way more invested in that than I was this silly movie about the neighbors.
It didn't seem like there was much of a conclusion to it. The thing,
everyone seemed really cool with each other at the end.
Yeah, well, because it seemed like there's really no one to root for there, because, like, sure, the frat house got, like, kicked out, but then the other people were dicks, and then you're like, well, where's their comeuppance? But there's none. And then they just meet up at later, like, Zac Efron and Seth Rogen's character, and they're just like, hey, remember that last time when we got...
That was
you got me
crazy,
kicked
right?
Yeah. Anyway, let's just hang out and be buds. All right.
Yeah, there really is no... It'd be one thing if there was, like, some kind of in-between scene there.
Yeah.
There's really not. It goes from them literally wanting to kill each other to...
Yeah, they were, like,
"Sup,
punching
bro?"
each other.
Yeah, he was... Okay, this is why I feel really old throughout this movie, because I was watching this, like... This whole movie could easily be resolved in, like, 5 minutes, but
Yeah,
apparently cops don't exist.
Well, no, they set it up, like, they call the cop, and then because the party's broken up and because they were partying the night before, then that means that the frat guys are, it's fine, and then he says that the couple is the boy who cried wolf, except that doesn't even make any sense, because
Yeah.
there was a party. It's not like
Yeah.
cried wolf like it never happened. It doesn't make any sense. And he's like, never call us again. And it was kind of funny when it's like, never call you again, you're the police.
That line was funny, yeah.
But then they don't, and you're like, they're throwing shit like they steal their airbags and are putting them in chairs.
They are
launching them into the
assaulting
ceiling.
them.
Yeah, and like he was checking the baby thing, and I thought maybe like he was checking the crib for airbags. Maybe the point where it goes from like this is funny to serious would be like they're threatening the kid, and that's when they decide to be adults. But it never happens.
No, it never goes that
They
dark.
do threaten the kid at one point. They say like your daughter's growing up.
That was weird.
Yeah, that was a little creepy.
That was really creepy. Yeah, they have him on camera at one point saying, "You are dead."
Yeah.
This is making me sound so old because I'm picking this movie apart based on the law. But anyway, the movie, it was glaring, and this isn't Animal House where you're like, well, they couldn't get away with that at the parade. This isn't that. This is a situation where the whole thing could easily be resolved because they have him on tape threatening their lives and physically assaulting them. Apparently, no one else on this block has a problem with this.
Yeah, like,
it's just them.
And like because they not only did they steal their airbags and assault them with it. I mean, like you could get them for breaking and entering for
Destruction of property.
Yeah, I mean, like you have evidence of these things.
Yeah, this could be resolved so fast.
Yeah, at the very least, call them in to investigate it. Maybe they can't prove it's the frat guys, but they're on their watch now. Like,
yeah.
They act like there's only the one cop on the block. It's like, well, there's more than one cop.
Yeah, you can call another goddamn cop. And these parties are so, this is like weird science Project X levels of partying. And apparently on this busy block where there's a lot of houses, just Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne are the only two people who have a problem with this, apparently.
Because apparently they're so nice to the other neighbors that they're fine, but it's like, I mean, surely there are other families that are trying to sleep at 4 a.m. Like, there's only so much goodwill anyone would have.
Yeah, like, I don't know, it could never go past that for me. It was never funny enough to make me forget about all of that. If this was from beginning to end a laugh riot, I'm laughing every few seconds in this thing, whatever. But I really wasn't.
Yeah.
I really wasn't. So I was just sitting there the whole time like, you've broken into this guy's office. You've, like, so many, this is weird. What universe is this?
Like, why wouldn't the place he works have cameras or people that would say someone broke in, or go, what the hell, our ceiling smashed in because two of our employees were shoved into the ceiling. Surely they would want to pay for those damages, and they would go, how the hell did this happen? But they don't address that.
Oh, no, it's okay, because that wouldn't have made a bad headline in the paper, which is apparently the dean's only cause for concern if it makes a headline.
Yeah,
to the
that
point,
was weird.
Yeah, to the point to where when the baby is eating the condom, she's like, oh, well, I think it's Lisa Kudrow. She's like, which admittedly was nice seeing her in a movie again, but she was like, oh, well, I think the paper would read, negligent parents give baby a condom. What?
It was kind of funny when the doctor's like, your baby has HIV.
That was funny.
Was the worst case scenario. If that had happened, that'd be bad.
That
But
is such
she's
an
fine.
old joke, too. I've
really
seen
is.
that joke so many times, but it was
Yeah.
Jason. It was Jason Mantzoukas playing the doctor, and I did laugh at that.
Yeah, it seemed like a very Seth MacFarlane joke kind of thing.
Oh
like a
yeah, because there's the
Family Guy thing.
doctor on Family Guy who does that.
Yeah, that seemed very much like one of those kind of things.
It was funnier in this though, because in Family Guy it would have gone on for 5 fucking minutes.
That's true.
This it was one time. It was a quick joke and it was funny, and they went on to other things.
Yeah.
But
Like, I had a question that's kind of unrelated. When they played that Transformers trailer at the beginning, did you laugh when that guy was like, oh my god?
oh, when Stanley Tucci is like, yes, I did, because I have a feeling, and I love Stanley Tucci so much. I have a feeling just from that alone, he might be really obnoxious in that movie.
Because it was so out of place. Yeah, like the whole thing was just sort of like this overblown mess where because I haven't seen any trailers for this until now. I knew that they'd have Mark Wahlberg was in the 4th one, but I saw
Judgment
it.
Day.
Yeah, and it was all serious, and then all of a sudden, oh my god!
Yeah. He's the fucking annoying college roommate from Transformers 2, just in the back seat, just shrieking like an idiot.
Yeah.
Honestly, that was really, because you're right, like most of the trailer is kind of,
It seemed like they were trying to be kind of spooky with it.
Yeah.
And maybe it was just like the soundtrack, how they do trailers now.
yeah.
But
Oh yeah, the Inception throughout all of it, but and it's poor Stanley Tucci doing it too.
like,
I could hear you next to me giggling.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't even get through the trailers without laughing at something no one else is laughing at, but I thought I heard you laughing. And I'm like, okay, someone else gets it at least.
I've gotten the trailer a few times. I started laughing when I could see you laughing next to me because I knew you were laughing at the same thing. I probably laughed more at that part than the trailers that we got that were for comedies.
Yeah.
What else?
There was the Western with Seth MacFarlane.
Oh, and speaking of Seth MacFarlane.
Some of that looked funny, but some of it looked too juvenile, I guess, it seemed like it was just sort of... Like, they had the shadow puppets with the dick and stuff like that.
It made me, that was a trailer that made me... I laughed a little bit at that trailer, and I felt so stupid.
You watch it and then you're like, some of this is kind of funny, but this is Seth MacFarlane, so I don't know if I should be laughing. But
I did like Ted. I liked Ted.
But I mean, like, it could be it's really funny and just like some of his other stuff isn't, but it just seemed like some of the jokes in the trailer were kind of misses, so it's a little uneven, but...
I don't know, but I love Liam Neeson, though. I gotta see it just for Liam Neeson alone.
Well,
the opening
it's nice that it's a comedy that isn't like a stoner thing or a sex comedy. I'm sure there's sex jokes, but, you know, I mean, like, at least it's a different setting, you know?
Yeah, I've got, I haven't seen a Western comedy in a while. I hope, like anything, I hope it's good, because I'm gonna have to end up seeing it. But, the opening with the Tooth Fairy.
Oh, yeah, that was
the
funny.
shit, that was funny. I can laugh at a good shit joke. There is a trailer for that movie, though, that has Doc Brown in it. Like, I heard something about this, that there's a trailer for it that has Doc Brown in it.
Like Back to the Future, Doc Brown?
Yeah. Like, literally, Christopher Lloyd playing Doc Brown, and...
So what is it supposed to be, like a crossover of those
I
two
guess,
things?
is this taking place in Hill Valley from Back to the Future?
That's kind of amazing.
Yeah, like, because there's a part in one of the trailers, I guess, where he's got the DeLorean, and he's like, oh, nothing to see here, or
What
something.
if it's just going on in the background of the movie? Like, Back to the Future 3 is taking place
That would
during
be
this movie?
so
That would be great.
genius.
Yeah.
That would be genius. If
That's great.
it's just more than a cameo and just in the background, okay, I would be all for that.
They get like a stand-in for Michael J. Fox, like run around. You just see him from the back doing things from the movie.
Yeah, that would. Oh my god. Oh my god. If they do that, I could not laugh once in that movie, and I would consider that genius.
That'd be cool.
We got The Purge 2. That Oh, that one with Mark Ruffalo.
Oh, the record thing. Where
yeah.
Begin Again. That's what it's
Yeah, it's something like that. Him and Keira Knightley, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know, that looked like a Dave movie. It looked like it might be alright.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like something I probably won't end up at.
It looked like something old people would chuckle at.
That one,
Like it looked like it's like, let's make some kind of predictable jokes. It's heartwarming.
it looked like kind of like an indie romance movie.
Yeah,
That's
what it
like
was.
give you like Garden State, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the rest of the trailers. But going back to Neighbors, wow.
What's the name of the movie? It's a pretty generic title, really.
Yeah. But I've seen that movie before. It was Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi in the 80s. It was called Neighbors. Actually, I kind of remember liking that one better than this. Mm-hmm. You ever see that one?
No.
It's like, well, I mean, it's not like, it's... John Belushi is like the suburban guy with a family, and Dan Aykroyd is like kooky and weird and moves in next door to him. So actually, it is kind of like this.
If he was a frat house.
That's this. If he was a frat guy. But I couldn't even though, like, the frat was clearly doing things that would, in a second, get them arrested, I really couldn't even root for the couple, because I did find them obnoxious, and they... in the same week that I watched Mommy Dearest, I'm sitting there like, wow, these are really bad parents.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like, I was sitting there like, you're gonna take your kid to a rave? What? Like, the baby's home alone next door when they're, like, doing shrooms with a frat. Like, it's okay, I got the baby monitor, which I'm sure I could totally hear in the midst of all of this partying. Mm-hmm. And, what else? Like, even, like, when they were trying to hook up the girl with, Dave Franco, when they were trying to hook up Zac Efron's girlfriend with Dave Franco, I was just kind of sitting there like, this is really kind of mean.
Yeah. It was kind of funny when it went into random music video. Like when the wife started making out with the girl to try and make out with both of them to get them to make out, and then it just went into this weird music video segment going on.
Yeah.
It was kind of funny because it was random, but it was mean. I mean, that's why I felt like comeuppance on both sides kind of felt like, because it felt like both were being petty, but it didn't feel like they got anything back from it, really. I mean, they made their lives hell, but I mean, like, they won in the end, so...
Yeah, it just seemed like, well, this seems like it was an annoying week for both parties involved. Whatever. Dave Franco goes off and gets a job. Zac Efron is working at Abercrombie and Fitch as a front door model. Okay, whatever.
It was funny when the AT&T guy was trying to recruit him.
That was funny.
He's like, what do you do? We're a huge cell phone company. Oh, cell phones. Oh.
Cell phones, right on, bro. Sorry, we can't hire you because you're really stupid.
He's like, we're looking for a lot of people that are a little more academically higher up there. What does that mean? It means you're too dumb.
But he seemed fairly competent in other fields, like when they needed to get money because their basement was flooded. Like, instantly, he comes up with an idea. He can apparently rig airbags to explode the way they do. Mm-hmm. He comes up with the idea for them molding dildos out of their own penis. That part was kind of funny. They get $10,000 off of that. Other things, too, like, the house box at the end. When they turn the house into a giant hot box.
How did they get that much pot and not get caught by the police?
I was thinking that too.
And then when the police do get called and they have the whole stake, like they're like, they got to get the party going again or the police won't catch them. The house is full of pot.
The house is like, there is smoke coming through every orifice of this house.
How could they not get caught?
I was thinking that too. I was like, well, they did get a lot of money from the moldings of their dicks. I guess maybe they bought, like, because this is clearly what would be, like, several $1,000s worth of weed that they have to turn their house into a hot box. Don't get me wrong, I think that would be amazing, but but yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing too. That was yet another thing while watching this movie where I was like, have I really gotten that old? Where I'm like, well, they can't get that much weed in this house. But I agree. I totally agree, because I was thinking the same thing. But if it was consistently hilarious, I really wouldn't have given a shit. I would be like, okay, so they have a lot of weed.
Yeah, like, I thought it would have been like, because the couple broke into the frat house, they would get caught in this house full of weed with them, and then they would both get arrested or whatever. They should have been arrested, but, like, no one really... I don't know, the frat house got kicked out. I don't know if anyone got arrested for anything.
I don't think so. I mean, it was only like...
There was pot everywhere.
Yeah. Like, like Zac Efron took the rap for everything that was going on.
I don't know why he would be the only... Just because he's the only one who came forward, there's tons of people there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, all right, you're the
Got
only
here, bros.
one.
I'll take the heat for this. I went too far.
They couldn't check who else lived in that house? It seemed like that'd be really easy to do. I mean,
Oh, man.
It's a frat house, but there's only one dude here. You the owner? All right.
You come with me, I'm gonna give you a spanking. That's what the cop says to him. Again, there's lines that I laughed at. This is not Haunted House 2. This isn't... I'm sure some other horrible comedy I've seen this year. There are moments that are fine that I chuckled at here. I liked the Robert De Niro party.
Yeah, that was kind of funny.
That was funny. Like, freaking Dave Franco is, freaking Meet the Fockers. That was kind of funny. And them constantly getting De Niro lines wrong and their references mixed up. And he's dressed as one of them's dressed as Samuel Jackson from Jackie Brown, but is quoting Pulp Fiction. I thought that part was kind of funny. Mm-hmm. It's basically what you see in the trailer, except extended. Mm-hmm.
Well, they went into like a slight montage there too, where the frat guys are being dicks to the couple, and that was kind of funny. It was just sort of montages of them being dicks.
Yeah, because there are people in the movie who just their reactions to stuff alone are kind of funny. I thought that Dave Franco and Zac Efron had really good comedic timing in this. When they hear the airbag go off next door, and he's, oh, I missed the airbag? Like, little lines like that, I thought he delivered fairly well, and he simultaneously has a tiny little teacup in his hand that they're pouring Jack Daniels into. Moments like that, I'm like, I kind of just want this movie to be about the frat guys, because these guys are so stupid.
Well, it would have been funnier if it was about the frat guys, and then this horrible old couple that's, like, ruining their time.
It's all from their point of view.
Yeah, so it's not just, like, the nice couple, they're trying to sleep, and the frat guys are ruining it. It's like, no, the frat guys are having a great party.
Yeah.
But then these old people keep ruining it for them.
I would have liked that so much better. Yeah. It's like so much better than this, because I did like the frat guys. I would at least say that this is like, if you catch it on Netflix, like, okay.
It's not like a horrible sit. It's just kind of it's not really a rewatch thing. It's like, it'll make you laugh a bit, probably, but
how would you recommend seeing it in the theater?
Not really, no.
Me neither. I don't even know if I'd even recommend it for cheap seats even. Oh, maybe. I don't know. If you need to see it. If you're
out and there's nothing going on and and that's the only thing on, it's not a waste of time, but it's...
I guess if you need to see a comedy, your choices are pretty slim. It's like this and Haunted House 2. Yeah. So, but I would say at least, like, if you're scrolling through on Netflix and you come across it, you're not gonna hate yourself, really. You'll find some stuff to laugh at if you like the guy. I like Seth Rogen just fine. If you don't like Seth Rogen, you're not gonna like this at all. Because I like Seth Rogen, and I honestly found him and Rose Byrne the most obnoxious ones in the movie. But it would be worth checking out on Netflix, I guess, if you just need to watch a comedy.
It's there. That's the recommendation. It's there.
Yeah, that's been so many of the recommendations I've had this year are, well, that was a thing that happened. I can barely remember the quiet ones, and I saw it like less than 2 weeks ago.
It's going to be the same thing with this, really. It's not going to be terribly memorable once you're done watching it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, by tomorrow, I won't remember much of it, so...
Yeah, not really. Probably not, especially with all the summer stuff coming up. Hell yeah, next week is Godzilla.
Hey! It'll give you colossal chills.
I would be so embarrassed if I go and I forget my cup. Screw it, guys, we're going to the later showing. I gotta go home and get my cup. What do you mean I can't bring in outside drinks? I bought this here! I'm sneaking this sucker in.
Somehow.
I can figure out a way. They let you bring backpacks in the movie theater nowadays, right?
I heard about a guy sneaking a sub in his sock once. They won't check. It was in his sock. It's like, I'm not gonna
Sir,
check.
can you take your socks off? No.
What if it's just like a tumor, you know? You're not gonna be that guy.
Someone with a wooden leg, hollowed out, has sandwich in it. Aw, man, why do I have to be cursed with 2 legs?
And anyway, that's more entertaining than Neighbors.
Yeah, it's rambling about slapsticky ways to sneak in food. Alright, next week is Godzilla, and I'm sure there's something else. I can't think of what, but I'm sure there's fucking something else coming out next week, too.
Godzilla and that other movie that's not Godzilla.
Oh, it's probably something stupid like the Adam Sandler movie. No way. Say, oh shit, we still got 50 minutes left on here.
Whoa!
It wasn't 7 minutes.